a mess too. All right, so I came over here I was looking for some Generation X stuff, which I had. I did a post this morning with Wonder Woman. Make sure y'all take a look at that. But I had something else which I can't get to work, so I'm gonna have to do this one today. So this one is talking about how Generation X sucks as grandmothers and aunties. Oh no, poor thing. No, this poor baby.
Sad to me how millennials, when it's time for them to live their life, if they want to go out for a weekend, hey mama, can you watch my baby for me? A lot of y'all in the Gen X generation, you won't even look out for them. And the sad part to me, Gen X will be like, oh, I don't got time for all of that. I done raised y'all. I want to live my life.
First of all, before Mima even starts, she said, go out for the weekend. Girl, what the fuck do we look like? In-house whenever you need one babysitter so you could go down to Miami and act a whorish way? So you think that our responsibility to you? So Generation X sucks because we won't watch your spawn. We won't watch your kids. So all of a sudden, you can want to do whatever you want whenever you want, right? And then we're supposed to just be like, okay, then I'll just sit here and I'll watch your kid. Because I promise you, one, they don't be offering nothing but dropping off a damn kid. Two, if you got girls, enough of the time, you don't even send them with their hair done. So that's something else that we got to do. Three, you don't even send them fed the first F at night. So then that's something else that we need to do. Four, you don't even send over no decent clothes. So then that's something else that we need to do. Child, do I look like their parent? If I choose to give you something, then be thankful that I choose to give you something. I don't need to hear her. So I'm going to let it run through till I get back to her. I'm not responsible to give you anything. It's what I choose to do. So y'all can be out here different, but we can't be out here different. We still gotta, don't you love when the traditional stuff comes off of their mouths on what they want traditionally, but then some of the other things that they need to do traditionally, they don't want to do. Work, be kind, submit, wherever that is besides work. Don't want to work, all the things that you don't want to do, but then all of a sudden you want all the things that you think that you should have just because you're you. That be y'all's problem most of the time. Y'all asses are selfish. It is what it is. If it don't apply, let it fly. But if you start carrying on, then I know that it applies to your ass. We're not responsible for none of this, especially y'all out here having kids all willy-nilly. Child, you got a kid with this one, that one, and the third one, and then I'm supposed to take all them crumb snatchers on? Because why now? Just because I'm their grandmother? No. That's not how that works. You know what? Hire a fucking babysitter and pay them. Oh my God, not that. Hire a teenager. I used to be a teenage babysitter. I don't know about none of y'all. I'm pretty sure you were. Some of the MSDs were. I used to be a babysitter, which meant that I went and watched kids while the parents went out, not for the weekend. They went out for the evening, watched their crumb snatchers. And when they came home, they paid me money. I've been working for a long ass time. Okay. Do you think these people ever think about that? Excuse me. Do y'all think that these people ever think about that? No, not even my own kids. Yeah, I'm throwing them under the bus. My kids don't ever think about finding a teenage babysitter and using them for their off-the-cuff needs. Getting to know any teenager. Now, I know there's a lot of crazy people out here, but I was sent to take a CPR class, if needed, God forbid, and a babysitting course, which was a thing. I don't know if they still do that or not. It was probably done by the Y, so that I could know about playing with kids, interacting with children, the CPR shit, and what they should eat. This is a long time ago. Shout out to the 80s, okay? But you know what? Some things still work. But instead you have spiders, makeup, and weave who are whores having kids all willy-nilly, want to try to blame somebody else because they fucking and having kids. And now that becomes did I get any of that pleasure? I'm sorry. What? How much of that pleasure did I get that I should, for instance, not go on my vacation or cruise after raising y'all? And now I'm supposed to raise your kids too. So my life should never, ever be what I want it to be because I got to be caring for your crumb snatchers. No, ma'am, that's not how this shit works. And you entitled jackasses, whores, who just want to go. She said the weekend, not even for a night. She said the weekend. How self-absorbed and selfish could you possibly be? No, that's not how that work over here. I never dropped my kids off for a weekend. I'm lying. Maybe I did once, maybe less than 10 times because we was going away somewhere. That's a whole different story. Y'all ain't even going away with your husbands. You're going away to be whores. You're going away with a bunch of women. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. They going away with a bunch of women to hoe it up in Miami or Jamaica or wherever the hell it is that y'all go. And I'm supposed to sit here and support that. Or we supposed to sit here as Generation X and sit here and support that. No, be a hoe and pay for it. Okay. Find a babysitter. Find one of your fucking friends. Or here's a novel idea, because ain't none of y'all with your baby daddies. Go talk to your baby daddy about it. Oh, yeah, y'all don't talk to him? Oh, sounds again like a you problem. Because y'all got all the answers. I'm going to let y'all answer that daggone question. Let's listen to her one more time before we move to F on.
How millennials, when it's time for them to live their life, if they want to go out for a weekend, hey, mom.
Live their life. You know when you live your life? Once your crumb snatchers are grown and out of the effing house. How about that? These people think they're supposed to live their life at every moment of the day, which you can, but your responsibilities are yours and no one else's. They talking about live their life so that they can whore it up. That's living your life, whoring it up. So Generation X is impeding your whorishness. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Can you watch my baby for me? A lot of y'all.
Baby? You mean one that cries in order to get your attention? Baby? For a weekend? A infant? Child? Not even one of them ones that talk where you can say, get your hands off the walls? No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
In the Gen X generation, you won't even look out for them. And the sad part to me, Gen X will be like, oh, I don't got time for all of that. I done raised y'all. I want to live my life.
Imagine her saying those words and think that makes daggone sense. This comment here says, I'm Gen X and I'm 48. That means I'm nowhere near retirement. Why would I be watching your kids? Baby, I'm definitely Generation X, and I keep them kids when I feel like it. Word. We are tired. Before we had kids, we were raising our younger siblings. That's true. Cooking, cleaning, and babysitting at 9 years old. Say it ain't true. I'm going to tell you a lie. I will help you, but absolutely. Listen, I raised my kids, grandma outside, fine and free, baby. We also have to realize the generation those elders were raised in. My grandma almost half her life under a construct where women weren't even allowed to have a credit card or a house without the signature of a man. She told me herself, sadly, that she didn't even want kids like that, but that was expected. What younger folks assumed was grandmother just wanting to be in the house all day and watching kids was actually grandma not having a choice. It's funny what people romanticize about times where folks had, less freedom. You shouldn't assume your parents will become your nanny when you have kids. I think most are willing to help, but don't take advantage. Think about the circumstances that they come from. They don't think about nobody but themselves. I said that. I meant that. Watching your kids while you go out isn't looking out for you. Watching your kids for you to go to work is. I agree. We're not obligated to babysit your kids while you live your life. Y'all got the game. Y'all got the game all messed up. This one says most of us Generation Xers are still working full-time jobs. They don't think about that part. Our grandmothers were stay-at-home. My great-grandmother was stay-at-home. So that's a different story. And she was sitting there waiting for people to come over. Whether it was because she had to, I don't know, none of that. It's not my business. She was there for me when I came home from school. And my mother should be thankful and grateful, because I definitely am, to have had her and everybody that was in that house, because I wouldn't be who I was without her. Please, we done raised our selves and our siblings, then our kids. We effing tired and still working. Leave us the F alone. Shout out to these sisters that I can finally agree with. Let me tell you how crazy these people are, okay? Because I tell you, I talk about my own kids, child. I will talk about my own kids. I don't mention their names, but I talk about them crumb snatchers. So I was supposed to, the cruise I'm getting ready to go on in 2 weeks, I was supposed to go with my sister. She picked this cruise out, child, because you know I would never pick out a 6-day cruise on God's green earth. But what's done is done. She can't go. Fine. She can't go. I'm still going. You know, I'll do it by myself. I don't give a shit. I invited my granddaughter to go, not her directly, because I'm not a person that goes and talks to kids about shit like that. I went to her mother. I said, I will take my oldest grandchild with me on this cruise. You got to pay for the plane ticket. $400, right? It's a week because I'm going early. So we're going to be going a whole week, right? I said $400. Let me call the airline that I'm already booked on to see if I can get her on my plane, sitting next to me, you know, make all those arrangements because she's a minor, right? I went through all that on hold for hours in order to finally get through, because I told my granddaughter 2 years ago that I would take her, but she was too young. She can't be away from her mother like that. Now she can. She's older. I got it through to the airline. They said they could do it. This is how much it's going to cost. I choose seats, y'all. The airline is not going to tell me where to sit. I'm going to sit where I need to sit. So I'm going to need her to sit too. And you're going to need a whole bag for an effing week. And you better send some decent clothes. And she better have her hair done. You better get this shit straight. I said, I need $400. You know what she said? She said, that's too much money. What you think I said? Nothing. I see y'all when I get back. So these people, I don't want y'all to think that I think that my kids are no different than some of these jackasses, because they are not. I told you, all are a pain in the ass. PITA, P-I-T-A, pains in the ass. Your Generation X mama is willing to take your kid on a cruise for a week. You ain't got to worry about her. You don't need no babysitter for her. This is all amazing. You have to do is pay for the plane trip. You ain't got to pay for the hotel room. You ain't got to pay for none of the babysitting services online or anything else that I pay for, any excursions that I take her on, none of that. You're going to say, $400 is too much? Girl, not a problem. Not a problem. I'll go by my damn self. It's not a problem. And then you're going to have this, not this lady, but this other lady try to talk about some bullshit about what Generation X won't do. Oh, you want to do what you want to do when you want to do it. But when you get the opportunity, it ain't good enough for you. Okay. I promise you I won't do it again. And this the one, y'all, that owes me $250 from the time I took her on a cruise. I shouldn't be offering her shit. My other sister gonna be like, you should pay for it. Who should pay for it? Who? You pay for it then. My sister gonna sit up here. Not the sister I was supposed to go on a cruise with, a different one. She said, you should pay for it. I said, you should pay for it then. How come everybody always got answers to spending somebody else's fucking money? Bitch, you pay for it. She shut the fuck up. Child, I'm telling you, bitches ain't shit. You heard? And my family ain't no different. Y'all.
We do not care